everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today is Friday and it is a glorious Friday because today marks the first day of my winter break. I have all of next week off from work, which means more time for my books and more time for my friends and TV shows, but most importantly, or at least very importantly, my books. So I have gathered a bunch of books that I would like to get to over the next week. I know that I won't be able to get to all of these just because 1 week won't be enough, but I love to have a few titles to select from. I'm currently reading 3 books which I naturally want to finish first, and that is first of all Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry, which I have about 100 pages left of. I'm also currently reading The Paying Guests by Sarah Waters, which I'm only halfway through, so this one might be my priority this weekend. And then I'm also reading a book on my Kindle, and that is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green, which I have, I think, about 20% left of, but let me just check for you. No, I have 27% left of this book, but anyway, I want to finish it before I start some new ones. Now on to the selection of books that I see myself getting to in the near future. These are titles that I really want to read, so let's see what happens next week, shall we? First of all, I have here In Order to Live by Yeonmi Park. I have felt myself gravitated towards this novel, which is not a novel actually, it's non-fiction. I haven't started reading it yet, even though there is a bookmark in it, but that's just because I'm eager to start it. It is a non-fictional piece of work about a North Korean girl and her journey to freedom. That's what it says on the cover. I think it's going to be very eye-opening and also very heartbreaking, but I'm ready for it, and I think that it will be nice to mix up my reading next week with a little bit of non-fiction. Next, I have a rather big novel, and that is The Passage by Justin Cronin. This is also dystopian, and I feel like I might be in the mood for that kind of book next week. Who knows? I like to now and then dive into a big book whenever I have the time to do so, and this one is the one I want to read the most, so this might be happening. If it does, I will definitely let you know what I think of it. I might not be able to finish it next week, but I will hopefully be able to start it and really enjoy it. I feel like I'm super light. Anyway, so next I have here The Leavers by Lisa Ko. I want to read this book, and I cannot tell you why. I just feel like this is a short story, but it's also going to be an impactful story about immigrants in America, and it's also part of my list of books that I want to read in 2018, so this one comes in handy next week while I do have loads of time to relax and read, and I might pick up this one. I also have here a rather old book of mine. I've had this for years, LaRose by Louise Erdrich. This one I think is about a man who accidentally kills his neighbor's son while hunting. I think it's a story about mistakes and doubt and guilt, and I might be in the mood for it next week. I think it's a very, I don't know why, but I have a feeling this is a very wintry sort of story, so now is the time to pick it up. Last but not least, I have a young adult novel which I might be in the mood for, but I'm not sure about this one. The Dazzling Heights by Catherine McGee, which is the sequel to The Thousand Floor, which I read last year and really loved and really enjoyed. So I might be in the mood for these characters again. I do miss this world, which is really fascinating. It's a world in which people live in very tall buildings of 1,000 floors, and the higher you live, the higher you are placed in the society. So this might be one I want to pick up, but once again, I don't know for sure. But I am very excited about this upcoming week and my time for reading, which will be grand, I believe. That was basically it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you very soon with a new one. So until then, happy reading.